I'm Susan Berta from Orca Network. We're based on Whidbey Island with projects throughout the Salish Sea. Our main projects are the Whale Sighting Network, the Central Puget Sound Marine Mammal Stranding Network, the Langley Whale Center, the Tokitai Lolita Campaign, and environmental education and advocacy through events and presentations. Our Central Puget Sound Marine Mammal Stranding Network is in partnership with NOAA Fisheries. We have trained staff and volunteers who respond to live and dead marine mammal strandings. We spend a lot of time with cute little guys like this one, seal pups on the beach, doing mainly public education, trying to keep the seal pups safe. But we also do necropsies of pinnipeds and cetaceans, and through lab testing, provide data to the National Stranding database to help give information on the health of our ocean and the marine mammals who live in it. In 2014, we opened the Langley Whale Center on South Whidbey Island. We love having this because John Q. Public walking down the street may just stop by because it looks like an interesting shop, and then they get accosted by our trained volunteers and staff and start learning about orcas and whales and looking at the skeletal specimens from our stranding network, and leave with a whole different view of the marine mammal and whale neighbors in the Salish Sea. So it's been a great way to educate the general public and reach a larger audience. Our whale sighting network is our largest and by far most far-reaching program. And so what we are is the network, both in the noun and verb forms of the word, and it's part of our name. But we are a web of wires and a web of people. And it's what we do via our staff and volunteers and the internet in sharing information and whale sightings. And in this photo below, you see the actual wires that connect our hydrophone to the internet so people can listen to whales going by. And in the top photo, you see people watching the whales going by and learning about them together. So we collect whale sightings through our toll-free number, through email and social media, and our website. And our sighting network goals are to gather and share whale sighting observations and reports to make people aware of the often daily presence of whales in their neighborhoods in the inland waters and of the issues affecting them. And our original and most important goal is to increase shore-based whale watching, because moments like this change people. This is a gray whale feeding off downtown Langley on a beautiful sunset evening. And these people shared this precious moment together. And it's just something that you don't forget. And when you realize you have these large mammals living right off of your beach, it makes you want to learn more, and it makes you want to help. It just causes this connection that doesn't go away. So we've been doing our sighting network for over 20 years. And here is a long list, you don't need to read it all, of just some of the accomplishments that have come about over the past 2 decades. I think the main thing is that it's resulted in a large number of our population being involved in learning about, reporting on, and taking action for the whales of the Salish Sea. We've increased the amount of data collected on many species. We've expanded the network to cover the Pacific coast and collaborate with researchers and the public, done a lot of boater education, and increased our Orca Network educational projects. And some of the unexpected side effects of the whale sighting network, we originally started just so we could share with people that the whales are going by, get out and watch them. But What we've also ended up doing is providing important information in tracking whales in distress, people that need help, working with our partners, documenting changes in species and habitat use over time. We've helped track whales and reported to waterfront pile driving construction companies when they're working on projects, so that they know to stop if the orcas are nearby. Reported whales during spills or military exercises. We've educated boaters, worked with DNR to monitor the ghost shrimp prey abundance in North Puget Sound. We've increased tourism, especially here on Whidbey Island with the Whale Center, people who come to watch the gray whales and orcas. And we have whale bells in Langley and Coopville, where people can ring the bell when they hear or see a whale out there, so that everyone, when they hear the bell, they know to look out and are able to see the whales going by. So the big thing is that we've created this community of whale lovers who then become advocates for the orcas and other whales of the Salish Sea. And I think that's why it's so popular, is because unlike a hotline where people send in a whale report, but that's the end of it. They may not hear anything back, where here they can put a post on Facebook, they can put their picture, they can share their first time ever seeing a whale. And that excitement is shared by other people in the community via social media, via our whale sighting email list or our website. And we provide a lot of education so that they become part of this community that learns about the whales and know that they are doing something to help them. And I think most of us know, anyone who's had an opportunity to see a whale, especially when they're right in your neighborhood going by, it just affects you, and it connects you to them, and it makes you care about them and their habitat, and it makes you want to help. So the Whale Sighting Network and Orca Network's projects really engage people and make them an active part of doing something for the whales, not just watching them. So this is an amazing slide to me that, we started as a very small organization, just letting a few friends know when the whales are going by. And this is what it's grown into. Hundreds of thousands of people on social media, thousands of people on getting our whale report emails, and pre-COVID, 30,000 visitors to the Langley Whale Center. So we have thousands of whale sighting reporters and hundreds of volunteers and many great partners we work with throughout the Salish Sea. We also collaborate with researchers such as Ken Balcom from the Center for Whale Research on the Southern Resident Orcas, and John Kalambakitis from Cascadia Research Collective. We work with Cascadia on the North Puget Sound gray whales, as well as humpbacks and the sporadic appearance of dolphins in Puget Sound. And we work with Beam Reach and the OrcaSound project through our Bush Point Hydrophone, and also are working with them and other partners on a data sharing collective technology that will be a great way to share all sorts of sightings information. So I wanted to share some information from our network about the sightings and about people who provide the sightings. This slide is a few years old, so the numbers have increased since then, but it gives you an idea of the importance of even those people who report just one sighting. The purple part of the pie, that 852 people in 2018 that just shared one report. But those people and those individual reports accounted for almost a third of the total reports submitted that year. Then we have the tiny slice of the pie, the 17 people who reported more than 25 reports. Those are the passionate, dedicated naturalists and whale nerds who go out and whenever they hear the whales are around, they share reports and follow them all day and give us updates. So they provide a little more than a third of the reports. And then the little less than the half that's left are people who are somewhere between the passionate whale nerds and the one-time reporters. So it just shows every single report is really important and becomes data. So here are some, and those were just orca sightings in the previous slide. This is all species sightings. For 2019, we had over 6,000 sighting reports, and these are the non-duplicate vetted reports. Over 2,000 southern residents, over 2,300 bigs or transient orca reports. We also had a number of coastal reports, a significant number of gray whale and humpback reports. And remembering 20 years ago, we did not have any humpback reports. So this is pretty astounding. And these are all inland Salish Sea reports. And in 2019, we even had a fin whale come in Admiralty Inlet, and we had the thrill of seeing it through our telescope. Something I never thought I would see, and a wonderful experience that will stay with me for the rest of my life. So in 2020, we had 7,350 sightings, 1,724 southern residents, and note the number of bigs, almost 4,000 bigs orca reports. Again, a very high number of gray whale reports. And part of this is due to the unusual mortality event. Our usual whales and some newbies stayed longer to feed here. And we also had a number of stragglers who just couldn't make the migration. So again, going back to just orca sightings, in January through July of this year, we've had 4,224 total vetted orca-only reports. And these are confirmed, vetted, ID'd reports that we send in a monthly spreadsheet to NOAA Fisheries. Compare that to 2020, we were at 3,258 for the same time period, with a total of 6,297 for the year. 2019, we only had 2,361 through July, and the total for the year was 4,371. So we are almost at the 2019 total already this year, and you can see the nearly 2,000 report increase just between 19 and 20. And that is mainly due to the bigs orcas that are showing up on a daily basis, multiple pods, and that's something that's really changed. This graph is from 2018, so again, a little old data, but the blue lines are the bigs orcas and the green lines are southern residents. So you can imagine the blue lines are about double for this year. The green lines are probably half. They're non-existent for June and July because southern residents have not been showing up off the San Juans, which were once their core habitat. So we're really seeing huge changes. But the main reason of this slide is to show that we have orcas around the Salish Sea on every month and every week, and almost every day there are orcas somewhere. So unfortunately, if a spill happens, there will likely be orcas somewhere in the Salish Sea, which underscores the importance of us working with spill responders to help you know where the whales are in relation to a spill. Because sadly, we know spills happen. This was in Penn Cove in 2012. We worked with Department of Ecology and monitored this as they cleaned up, they boomed off the diesel. It was a sunken derelict fishing vessel that caught fire, it sunk. They did a huge salvage in response effort about over a week's time. And then this photo I included because I just love seeing L41, sadly a male southern resident who we have now lost, but next to this huge bulk carrier. And it's a sight we see often, orcas next to large ships in Harrow Strait or in Puget Sound. So this ship, this was in 2007 when L41 was swimming next to it. And in 2014, the same ship grounded in Prince Rupert Harbor. It tore a big hole through its outer hull. Luckily, it was double hulled, so none of the coal it was carrying escaped. But it does just show that at any moment we could have a spill with the number of ships and the number of whales, and just a disaster waiting to happen, and especially of concern the southern resident orcas who are already severely endangered. So Orca Network can help. Our staff are happy to coordinate with spill response team and partners. And we have sighting network volunteers all around the Salish Sea who are happy to assist with tracking orcas, whales, and other marine mammals around the clock, trying to help monitor the whales in relation to the location of any spill. And that's another place where the Hydrophone network can help out during the nighttime hours or times of fog. So our sighting and stranding network volunteers can also help assist with tracking oil spill or sheen movement, and just kind of watching the tides and where the spill is moving in relation to whales or marine mammals. And our staff can assist, our stranding network staff will assist for looking on the shores for oil, marine mammals, or birds, and working with response teams on wildlife response. And locally, our staff and volunteers can help ID boat launches, boats, volunteers, lookout points, and other resources that might be needed for a local response effort. And all year long, Orca Network is happy to relay information and educate the public through social media, our educational events and outreach, and through the Langley Whale Center. So if any of you have brochures or information you would like us to have available to the public, just send it to us. Give me a call or shoot me an email, and we'd be happy to share that. So just give us a call. I don't want to say that we look forward to working with you, because we don't want to have to respond to an oil spill, but in the event there is one, we are really thankful that there are all of you who do this difficult work of oil spill response, and would be pleased to do whatever we can to help in the effort. So thanks again for inviting me to be part of this program, and just let us know if there's anything we can do to help.